Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. My name is Justin, and today we have a couple little mods planned for the ZR1 coming to you again from ACS Composite. And they're going to help you get the car in the air as well as help you store the car for the winter. Before we get started, I wanted to thank Hyperion again for sponsoring today's video. You may remember me talking about them before with the RFID blocking pouches, but they recently sent me a dash cam that I actually have installed here on the Colorado. I still have some wires to hide and things to tidy up, but ultimately that is the dash cam unit right there. As you can see, very tiny, very out of the way, right behind my radar detector, and it actually gets a fantastic quality picture. The front part of the camera here is actually 1440p, so 2K resolution for the front camera, and then the rear camera, which I don't actually have installed yet, but it's right here. This one is 1080p. So this would connect to the back of the truck back there to allow me to also have continuous video feed from the rear as well as up here at the front. This offers up to 8 hours worth of continuous video recording with the 32 gigabyte memory card, or up to 16 hours if you have the optional 64 gigabyte card. It also has park monitoring that records footage when your car is off, GPS tracking, dual band Wi-Fi connection that syncs up with an app on your phone for a live feed view in your car, and it has motion detection. Since the truck typically sits outside and this thing was incredibly easy to install, I'm definitely putting it in the Colorado for security purposes. The best part is, because you're a Horsepower Obsessed fan, you're going to get 20% off the asking price. Just follow the link in the description down below and you'll be able to save. Now, on to the video. ACS reached out to me again and sent me another part for the car. Nothing huge, but something that's really going to help with maintenance on the ZR1. And the other thing they sent me is something that's really going to help me come wintertime. So like I've said before, ACS has some real quality pieces for the Corvette, the C7 specifically. And so far, some of the things I've done with the car from ACS has really improved the look of it. So for those of you who don't know, I've done the ACS XL rock guards in the rear and in the front, the tinted ACS side markers, the rear fascia extensions, diffuser fins right here, again from ACS, as well as these blacked out rear reflectors, again part of the ACS blacked out side marker kit. The experience with ACS has been nothing short of spectacular. So anyway, let's get into the mods for today. The first one is actually going to be the jack pucks. These actually came in a little bit of a different style box this time. Usually I'm showing you guys the unboxing, telling you about how the box always looks the same. Even though it is just aluminum jack pucks, it still came very well shipped in a priority mail box, very well packaged, so nothing got damaged, scratched, or dented. There's a lot to be said about a good shipping practice. Now, these are actually the stay-in jack pucks. So basically, these are about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch thick. They will actually go underneath the car and be bolted right up into the stock jack locations, which will then allow you to use a floor jack or even the lift at the dealership without messing up your side skirt or the area underneath where the normal jack location is at. These won't go anywhere. There's no chance of them slipping, and it will give you a much easier location to get a jack onto for future jackings up. Now, the second thing is actually something you've probably already seen in the background before, but ACS reached out to me and asked me about testing a fitted car cover for the ZR1. Now, as you guys know, the ZR1 I have here has the ZTK package, so it has this large wing in the back. There is really only one cover I've seen so far that will fit this, and it's directly from GM. You definitely pay for it. That cover is around $500. I think that's a little bit too much, considering literally the only time it's ever on this car is during the winter time, and no one really sees it anyway. So when ACS reached out to me about this, I thought, yeah, why not? It sounds perfect, because I obviously know very well what ACS's quality is like, and I'm sure theirs is going to be less than $500. Now, with that said, the cover is actually not even available on ACS's website yet, because I'm testing it for them. I'm basically going to make sure it fits, and if it doesn't, I'm going to tell them what doesn't fit. They're going to make the appropriate adjustments, send me out another one until we can get it to the point where it is perfect. Once it's perfect, it will be listed on their website for sale, but I have a pretty good feeling the one I have now is going to fit pretty well. It is waiting to be installed on the car. I haven't had a chance to do it yet because this thing is like constantly dirty, it seems. With the way the weather is in Pennsylvania, it's impossible to keep any car clean, especially black, and I don't really want to throw a car cover on a dirty car because we know what that equals: a bunch of scratches everywhere. So let's unbox these guys. Looks like I might need to ask for a new pair of scissors from ACS as well, because these things aren't really cutting it. Pun intended. Yeah, these suck. So as you can see, they're not exactly a difficult unboxing process, but each one of these is individually wrapped with bubble wrap as well as a protective layer here. So if we open one of these up, you guys can get a pretty good idea again of the quality here of ACS, because these are just beautiful looking pieces. I went with the anodized red look because obviously my ZR1's black with red accents, but you're never really going to see these. The only reason I went with red was so I could actually see them whenever I'm going to jack up the car underneath. The other option for me would have obviously been black, and that doesn't help me much with visibility on a black car. You can actually get these in red, blue, or black. Definitely look like quality stuff. Not that it really matters a whole lot because you're never really going to see them once you install them on the car, but it's still nice to know you're putting a quality product on a $140,000 car. We're basically going to slip 2 Allen bolts through these holes and screw them into these inside of the actual car, then turn it and tighten them down. Now with most ACS pieces, like I said before, the installation's pretty easy. The XL rock guards in the front and rear, even the side markers, they're pretty easy to install though. Most difficult pieces from ACS I've had to install are these diffuser fins here, and you can actually check that video out right up here if you want to see what that all involves. None of this stuff is going to take a genius to figure out. So before we get underneath the car, I kind of want to show you what the actual installation is going to look like. Once we take this, we're actually going to slip 2 Allen screws down through, just like that. And then it will be installed into the car like this. Then you're going to also take this part right here, screw those Allen screws into it, and then once it's actually into the car, you're going to turn it 180 degrees and then tighten it down. So this basically pinches it into place. And we're ready to get under the car and start installing these guys. All right, so we got the car jacked up in the air. You don't actually have to do this to install these pucks. I just wanted to do it to give you guys the clearest view of how we're going to go about installing these. Really, you can do this without even lifting the car off the ground at all. You can just get underneath and put these in. And if we slide under the car, the very first hole here, this is on the front driver's side. So basically we're going to take this puck, put this in there, turn it, and tighten them down. That's it. So once you tighten these down, this is going to be affixed tightly to the actual frame of the car. That way you have a little bit more visibility and it sticks down underneath this side skirt enough that nothing's going to get messed up. Now we're just tightening them down, and as you can see, that thing is stuck in place. Not a difficult installation at all. These things are definitely awesome quality, definitely very easy to install. Something you should have if you have a C7 Corvette. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 3, but honestly, this is going to be the same process throughout, so I'm not going to bore you with those details. These get a big thumbs up from me. All right, guys, and obviously it is a different day. We are here in Pennsylvania, December 26th. So the day after Christmas, I'm making a video for all you guys. In reality, it's only seemed like a couple minutes since the first time I started putting the ACS jack pucks on the car. So the next step, like I talked about in the beginning of the video, is something else that comes from ACS, and it's gonna help us protect this baby come winter time, which obviously we're already in, but it's an unseasonably nice day here in Pennsylvania. It's almost 60 degrees here. So let's get this done now before the snow starts flying. I want to show you guys the quality of the actual cover, what it looks like on the car, and whether or not I would recommend it for your ZR1. Now this cover is specific for the ZR1 with the big wang. From what I can tell, the cover is specifically an indoor cover, so you're not going to want to put this on your ZR1 and then store it outside, which if you're doing that, you're kind of crazy anyway, but this will be good for you guys out there like me who plan on storing it in your garage. Now this right here is a bag that comes with the cover. This is where you store your cover when you're not using it. As you can see, there is a drawstring there. Now this bag is actually made of the same material that the cover is. It's a real soft fabric, double stitched with white thread. And this is the actual cover. Like I said, same material, same stitch pattern, everything looks good. We are going to go ahead and get the car outside for this part. Because it is so nice outside, let's get the car out there with the sunlight so you guys can really see what this cover looks like and see the quality of it the best you possibly can. I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to put the car outside and then put the cover on it, but we're gonna do it for the vlog. As always, do it for the vlog. And there's the final product, guys. The best part of this cover on this kind of car is that you can tell there is still something very sinister under that cover. That spoiler just gives such an aggressive look to this car, even when it's covered up. It's freaking awesome. But anyway, guys, let's take a closer look at this cover. So right off the bat, you can see the double white thread stitching here I was talking about. It actually kind of follows the curves of the car over the window and down into the front. Same with the lines back here. They kind of start at the spoiler and then follow where your carbon fiber roof line is at, all the way down to the carbon fiber hood. So it kind of fits into the whole look of the actual car. This cover also gives you the little cutouts for the actual side view mirrors on both sides. And the best part is if we come around to the front here, we get a nice little silhouette or outline of your Corvette flag, just so you can kind of tell what's hiding underneath this cover. Will definitely work very nicely for the winter time and keeping all the dust and everything off the car since it is clean. ACS really has some fantastic quality stuff, and this is no exception. So I'm going to give them a big thumbs up. One thing I'm definitely liking about the cover is the fact that it's not horribly tight on the car, and if we pull it out from under here, it's just kind of got some tight corners on it to hold it down under the corners of the car, but otherwise sits on there pretty loosely, because I don't really like when they fit real tight, like skin tight almost, because I just feel like it's gonna scratch. It just makes it that much harder to install and remove. The cover just looks so awesome, half on, half off on a black car, black cover. Everything's blacked out. It looks freaking awesome. I can't wait to get back into this car come springtime. I already miss it, guys. I already miss it. No. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys all liked the ACS stuff we talked about here today. The car is still sitting out here with the cover on it for now. I'm gonna take some pictures for ACS to put up on their website and send out to other people interested in a ZR1 car cover. But as always, guys, I'm gonna give a big thumbs up to ACS. They have fantastic quality parts when it comes to the C7 Corvette especially. If you're interested in any of the stuff we talked about in the video, I'll put them in the description down below. If you liked what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about any of the ACS products we talked about here today or ever on my channel, shoot them in the comments section down below, or send me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to answer anything you may have. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please do. I'm gonna have loads of videos like this, and C7, C8, all kinds of car stuff coming for you. You're not gonna wanna miss it. And as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next upload.